Absolutely. Absolutely. Drew Titan, Bronze on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is the Painful Excellence Podcast. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun with this. At first when I choose these topics, sometimes the first thing I notice is that I'm not the first person to have these discussions. And I said, man, am I beating a dead horse? But then I see in my algorithm that there's always somebody with some resistance towards it. And I'm like, I'm not beating a dead horse. I'm reiterating a point. And it's refreshing to see other men and women that are thinking along those same lines. That means that I'm not crazy. Sometimes I'll see something on the news or I'll read an article and I'm like, this not only is it an important discussion, but it can be a little frustrating, a little annoying, and I'll get to it in a second. But you also, when you discuss these topics, you bring on awareness. Now, I picked this picture for a reason. You got three men who, in my opinion, they obviously, more than, not I can say obvious, I'm clowning right now when I say this. Don't you think that those guys look like they intake a lot of soy products, which is not good for your man boobs? So I said, look at these brothers holding this sign. Women's rights are human rights. Absolutely. Women have the right to do any and everything. It's what they choose to do with those rights that can be a little fugazi. So let's see what we got in the building. My brother, LaRon, Broken Traditions, in the building, man. Brother, I appreciate you, man. Your association goes a long way. Association goes a long way. I met this brother through Blue Blood, right? And we've been cool ever since. And, I love his topics. Please go subscribe to his channel. And we hit on a lot of the same topics. And what's brilliant is we could talk about the same topic, and I could miss a very valid point, no problem. Broken Traditions will pick up on that point. That's why people discussing the same topic is very important. You might miss something. You understand? That's why everything is very, very key. The beautiful sister, Shawa Allah. Salute to you, sis. My other beautiful sister, Love is the Word. Salute. Picasso, Jason William, LDBC, Another Daniel Mitchell, Tim TV, Frank from the Land, Mike the Reaper, Josh, Jason Williams. Yeah, damn. Melanin A1, salute. Welcome. 88 Sports Talk. Ryan Wright, John Pounds, Philip D, my brother, salute. The Mitchell Show in the building, salute. Joker, what up, man? How you feel? Bumpy Thompson, Spurgood Marshall, what up, what up? Big Texas, my brother, salute. Melvin Harris, salute, salute, salute. Let me make sure I got everybody keyed up in here. Let me make sure. Seeing family. You know what I'm saying? Joker. And salute to Theo Coop and that dude named Dave. Let me explain what happened. There he is. There's my brother. And Pete.
What the fuck?
Salute. I had a guest on last Monday. If y'all don't know by now, had a guest on. And, I guess that's a viral moment. It is what it is. And I hit up Dave. I said, Dave, man, you got to peep. You got to peep this young lady I had on the show, brother. He said, all right, I'm going to check it out. So him and Theo Coop, and go subscribe to the Do Better podcast, right? So then Hold up. What the fuck? Okay. So Theo, you know, they got to talking about my show last Monday, and Theo went and saw it and was like, oh my God. So Theo, for the last 3 days, because I that live was like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. And my gosh, Theo went and reviewed the show for 3 days. And next thing you know, I'm getting all these people in the inbox and, you know, just all this support. And I appreciate it, man. And that's what the community does, man. You know, that's what the community does. And, you know, things are good. And let me tell y'all something. My goal was not to violate her or clown her or disrespect her. My goal was not that. Although our conversation, Omega Red, salute, our conversation on Broken Traditions posts on Instagram was completely disrespectful. It was completely disrespectful. Melanin A1, salute to you. Much love and appreciations. And what I did, I said, you know what, she would make for a great guest, and I need to pick her brain. And I want to know if she'll stand on what she says. And she did. And, you know, that's who she is. Mark Wunderlich in the building. Salute. How the family, brother? You know what I'm saying? And it was a learning experience. And let me tell you something. I still talk to her behind the scenes. She's coming back on Tuesday. She was supposed to come back earlier this week, but she had something to do. She had to fly out to ATL. I have her phone number, and she's going to come back. It always makes for a good discussion. Look, you might not make people see things your way, but it's important that you get their opinion out there so you can see what you're dealing with. I bet you there's hundreds of thousands of people that appreciates and loves her opinion. LeVar Cooper, salute. I'm serious. And there's hundreds of thousands of people that won't. But you know what I told her? I told her you need to maximize your opinion. You need to monetize your opinion. You know what I meant by that? I said, look, we don't have to agree. But you need to get on your soapbox and preach your good word. Monetize it. Start your own website. Start your own YouTube channel. Stop going to other people's panel and speak your truth. That's how I left YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. I left Facebook. I was in like 4 different boxing groups, and a lot of people were crazy. And I said, you know what? I'm not dealing with this, man. Why am I dealing with this when I followed a lot of good brothers on YouTube, like the General? And this is before I was doing content. Then when the General started the LDBC, I said, you know what? Now's the time that I add to that community. It's called the Lions Den Boxing Community. Community. And I added to the community, and people see value in what I do. And that spawned off this channel and my 3rd channel, Bear Cave Entertainment. Yeah, Shawa, and here's why I did that. Because a lot of people don't believe people with that opinion exists. So I still think that I'm doing a great thing by helping her. Did I call out her name in the chat when we was going back and forth? But I was just joking when I was clowning when we was going back and forth on Broken Traditions page. But then I said, let me DM her and reach out to her and see if she wants to come up and get this smoke. And she did. Now, everything that she said about men, I'm completely the opposite of what she said. And what she will never understand or believe is that I am the majority. The bad dudes are the minority. And I hear you, Sister Shawa, and I hear you. And I hear you. But you know what I relate that to? This is what I was told by some old fella that was in the Air Force. This is what he told me. something to this effect. Don't quote me word for word, but what he told me was, you're in combat and you're in the air, your engine gets like catches on fire. He said, we're trained to dive depending on how high up in the air you are. And I said, dive? You're already going down, you're shy. Well, he says, no, listen, you dive when your engine's on fire. I said, why? He said, because the wind is going to blow out the fire. When you dive, you blow out the fire. You might be on a dive already, but you blow out the fire. Then once you blow out the fire, and you got to do it in a certain amount of time. You got to be a certain amount of height, whatever. But once you figure that out, you blow out the fire. Then you level out and see what you could do from there. If you got to abandon the plane, abandon the plane. She's on fire. And not in a good way. But I believe that if more women like that, talking like that, her demeanor, and I'm not even talking about her physical appearance, we're talking about her demeanor, more people will see that, yo, this is what we was talking about this whole time. This is what we don't want to deal with. You understand? Does that make sense? And it becomes more of a, and there's no other way to say this. It becomes more of a sideshow act rather than something to be taken serious. Sort of like these other YouTube channels. Like, let me touch on the boxing thing for a second. There's dozens of videos about me from dudes that got 40 subs, 100 subs. Some of them are monetized. The dudes that are not even monetized, it's like when you hear them talk, you can tell that there's something wrong with them, and they don't know me, because y'all know me. Y'all watch my content. Y'all know what kind of brother I am. They don't know me. All they know is that I hate the fighter that they support. That's all they know. The bigger channels, why would someone with 30,000 subs? Why would someone with 30,000 subs be worried about something that I said? CB Sports in the building. You get what I'm saying? That means I'm making an impact. I avoid saying names on here. You dig what I'm saying? So realistically, although they have a following, it's fake as hell, but they have a fake following. Look at their chat. There's a bunch of nuts in that chat. You're like, whoa, what's going on in this chat? Tay, future ex-wife, salute. You're like, yo, what's going on in this chat? Well, here's what's going on in this chat. Nothing. Whole lot of idiots. And you leave. But you bring light to the peanut gallery so you know that they exist. And that's what these shows are about. Now, I don't know what these dudes are doing here with this sign. Maybe they got daughters and they're worried about them. Maybe they got wives that, they made them stand out there. It's like, oh man, whatever. But I just found this picture very funny. So, equal pay for equal work, men and women. Let me get these soy boys out of here. I bought a new mic stand today. I think my focus was messing up because I was too close to the camera. So I bought this mic stand, and hopefully I'm far enough away that I ain't got to have that problem anymore. Anthony Bolton, salute. Equal pay for equal work. Let me ask y'all, men and women, and this is not a trick question. Do you believe that women should earn just as much as men when they're working the same jobs? Yes or no? Mona D, salute. Good to see you. Nah, Tay, it's non-alcoholic. I don't drink. I am gonna have a drink when I get to Dallas. I'm gonna break my rules. And who's coming with me to the gym when I get to Dallas? We're gonna work out. We're gonna have fun. I hope it's like 90 or 100 degrees out there. I'm gonna go jogging. Who's coming with me? No, Picasso. No. I said it like that on purpose. I meant to say it. Do you believe that women should make equal pay as men working the same jobs? Yes or no? Oh, no doubt, Mark. We here, brother. Tim TV, what up? Do you believe it? Yes or no? Jose says yes. Yep, same job. The same job. I work for the city. I got hundreds of women that work with me. Because I'm a man, should I earn more money than them? I don't think so. So everyone here believes equal pay for the job. I agree 1,000,000%. I agree 1,000,000%. Okay? I agree 1,000,000%. Let me ask y'all another question. Queen, how many military we have in here? I think Queen, Picasso, somebody else. Is it Night Train? Is he here yet? Who's military here? Who's military or paramilitary? I was a part of a paramilitary organization once upon a time in my life. Y'all know where I'm going with this? Well, let me say this. LeVar, okay, you're retired military. Okay, so this is perfect. How long? Okay, LeVar, y'all had to run to get inside. I don't know what branch you was in, but didn't you have to pass a physical assessment? How long did the men have to complete, let's say, a mile run or a mile and a half run? How much time did y'all get, and how much time did the females get? I'm willing to bet that the females got more time to complete their run, or they had more time to complete push-ups, or the same amount of time but had to complete less push-ups than the men. Right? Depends on the age. Yeah, I know, Queen. Yeah. Oh, you was a Marine. Okay, that's a killer right there. Marines were the first ones in and the last ones out. Trill Will, Marine, see? 3-mile run, you got 20 minutes. How many did the women have? Did women have 20 minutes? Was it the same for them? There got to be female Marines, right? There has to be. I don't know nothing. Y'all got to educate me. 2 miles, 15 minutes. Okay, woke, salute. So we got 2 Marines in the chat. Okay. Devil dogs. Y'all got to educate me on that. The only devil dog I know was that snack that I used to eat in abundance. So y'all got 20 minutes. They had, no wait. Y'all got 20 minutes. They had 30 minutes. They had an additional 10 minutes stacked on top of their run. And guess what? I bet you there was women in there that ran better than men. What happens when you get a woman in there that ran track in all through her life in school and then summer college and goes to the military and she blows right past y'all because she's been running? I know women right now that run better than me. And they're older than me and they run better than me. They've been in track all their life. Collegiate, almost went to the Olympics. So they out there with perfect form and everything. Males had to complete 3 miles within 28 minutes. Females had to complete 3 miles within 32. You see that? Now let me ask y'all a question. Is that fair? Is that fair? I'm just asking. This is all opinionated. Is it fair? Smoke and Talk, Baltimore in the building. I used to go to the Crab Fest on Security Boulevard in Baltimore. My sister used to go to Coppin State. I was out there a lot. Night Train, salute, brother. Look, Jose says no. I don't think it's fair. That's not fair. It's not fair. To me, it's not fair. Why? This is our military. They protect the country. I want the most in shape people defending us. That's what I want. Salute, Smoke, man. Much love and appreciation. I want the fittest of the fit. I want Steve Rogers. I want all Steve Rogers protecting us. That's what I want. Picasso said the whole test was 2 miles, 15 minutes, 2 minutes to do push-ups, 2 minutes to do sit-ups. In training, we did guerrilla drills and ran 5 miles every other day. Everybody had a six-pack. Y'all was running around there looking like Spartans. Let me mention my man Smoke talk. But the women had more time to do it than the men. To me, that's not right. That's not fair. That's not equal. Crazy, right? Now, I just said that that's not equal. Now, why am I bringing this up? I'm going to tell you why this hits home for me. Jared, what up? I'm going to tell you why this hits home for me. I'm going to tell you why. So my boy is a sheriff out here. And we both have history in the NYPD. 1 in the morning, a couple of days ago, he hits my line, and it was at 1 in the morning. And we don't talk every day. We talk often though. But when I saw the phone ringing, you know, you're thinking, oh shit, it's an emergency. I hope he's okay because he got children and everything. So I said, man, 1 in the morning, phone ringing, fuck. So I just answered it. I'm like, yo, what's good? He says, yo, I'm about to send you this article. You need to read this. Now, normally, with cats I used to work with in that department, when they send in articles, somebody we know got caught doing something and it just made the damn news. Hey, B, what up? And I'm like, oh man, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? So he sends me this article. Let me show you this, man. Look at this. NYPD blasted for lowering standards to try and recruit more women. Policing is gender neutral.
Whoa! What the that's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, Froggy Money Horton, he did ride Crambo. Froggy Money Horton, he did ride Crambo.
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
What?
y'all reading this right? Coach 67, salute. Y'all see this? The Village Brother in the building, salute. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Damn, I didn't know LeVar. Mona D, didn't I see you on Theo's channel? Let me take care of you. There you go. Theo done sent me like, I swear to God, like 50 people. It was ridiculous. And how the hell LeVar ain't had no wrench? I took care of you. There you go. Got to wrench up my people. Let me make sure Village Brother got his wrench. You got your wrench, Village Brother? Code 67 ain't got no wrench? Come on. What am I doing here? There you go. Okay. Had to take care of y'all. Oh, yeah. No doubt. It's 30 for 30. I don't expect all of y'all to send to post videos every day, but do something. 30 push-ups for 30 days. Mona, you do content? Oh, she sure does. Look at how, wow, look at you. Subscribe. There you go. Now watch how this happens, Mona. Mona has 452 subs, right? All right. Now she has 453. But watch this, y'all. Because Drew got 3 channels. Right? Watch this. Now she has 456. And watch this. One more again. See, I got 3 channels, Mona. You got 3 new subs from me. See? That's called support. People did it for me. I do it for everybody. That's called support. This is how we do it over here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a content creator, this is how we do it. I want everyone to shine. It's a community. Let's get it. So, it's the NYPD, y'all. Everyone go subscribe to Mona, no doubt. So, look at this right here. I want y'all to read this. The NYPD defend dropping the timed mile-and-a-half run for all recruits. Let me tell y'all something. Mansa Musa, my brother. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know how many people I know went to PD and they did everything great and failed the goddamn run? Six months. 6 months. And they can't pass the run. Not everybody's a runner. When you come from corporate America, you're not exercising every day. You say, I think I'm gonna be a cop. Those guys worked out every day, and some people aren't used to that. 2 weeks, you're doing paperwork and learning how to salute, and they break you in, like, because it's paramilitary. A lot of the people in PT, if you're corporate, if you've never been to the military, the guys that had the easiest time in the police academy were military. So Picasso, Trillwell, this would have been a joke because it's like the military light getting screamed at for everything. Smoke talk. Hold on, let me take care of smoke talk real quick. Subscribe. See? That's how you do it. You go to my other channel, pull them up there, subscribe. Y'all know the drill, family. Go to my other channel, subscribe. There you go. You got 3 new subs from me. That's how you do it. It's called support. That's what it's called. Yeah. I'm gonna go through your catalog. I'm gonna go through both y'all catalogs. Yeah. I already like what I see. Yeah. Yep. Hold on. I gotta look at my YouTube page more often because I'm noticing a lot of my. Shauna, what up? Hold up, wait a minute. Let me see. I missed somebody. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, y'all. Okay. Mentu, what up? Okay, got LeVar, got Mona, Coach. Okay. All right, bet. All right, we up to date. Okay. Oh, wait, there you go. I just missed him. How the fuck Brian ain't had no wrench? Okay, I got you, Brian. I didn't even notice. Okay. Now, this is crazy. They told us when we was in the academy, they said, listen, week 3, you're gonna see a lot of people start resigning. I'm like, wow. They said, yo, a lot of these people never worked out before. And we're gonna kill y'all the first day. We're gonna kill you. Okay. So what was being killed for me was just, I was good. But you looked around the gym, you saw, yo, man, white people turning flush red, black people not getting up off the ground. It was crazy. And that third week, cats was just leaving. Like, yo, you know what? I ain't doing this. For six months of this? Nope. Yep. Yeah, Picasso, yeah. Yeah. Some cats that grew up playing basketball or I was real physical growing up, even when I was overweight. It was all right. There were some things that was more difficult. A lot of the military, a lot of people in physical training, those cops and sergeants and lieutenants, those guys were from the military. The people that had the easiest times was usually our company sergeants. Those were the guys who were elected to take care of our paperwork and do certain things. They were from the military. They understood it. So one of the problems that really killed people was this 1.5 mile run. But look at what's said here. NYPD blasted for lowering the standards to try and recruit more women. Policing is gender neutral. So let me ask y'all again. Do you think that women should earn the same paycheck as a man after a 40-hour work week? My answer is, I believe so. Yes. I also believe that if there's a time limit in a run, everyone, men and women, it should be equal. If the men have to do it, because they did it by age once upon a time, then they boosted up, okay, all men got to do it in 14 goddamn minutes and women had 15 minutes. And I'm like, what's going on in the academy? Now they're talking about getting rid of it altogether. Just so more women could take the job. Can I ask y'all a question, man? Marcus Wall, salute. Can I ask y'all a question, man? First of all, how many of y'all actually been to New York? Let me tell you something. I've gone to a few cities in the country. New York got the fattest cops I've ever seen in my life. When I was in the department, in order to keep facial hair, you had to get a note. You had to have a religious exemption. And when you got that exemption, they sent you to Left Rack City. I forget which floor. You had to see what they call the district surgeon, right? Who's not a real doctor. And he looks at your neck, and you had to get a note from an actual dermatologist, bring the note to Left Rack City, Queens, so he could look at your face and read the note. And you had to keep that note from the district surgeon on your person, which means if you had a beard and you was on patrol and your superior stops you and says, you allowed to have that beard? Yes, sir. Let me see your documentation. And if you don't have it on your person, he could write you a command discipline, which means he's taking vacation days from you. Now, I see all these cops out, everybody got a beard. I mean, I saw one cop with the whole Rick Ross. A lot of them out there, all races, cultures, and creeds. Some of them are just like obese. Your stomach hanging over your gun belt. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? He passed the run? Then I'm finding out, yo, the run is like 15 minutes now. Huh? Wait a minute. Alan Young, salute. I'm like, wait a minute. It's what? And now my boy just sent me this. They're getting rid of it. Word up, Night Train. I heard in the Army, you better not have no, you can't even have a 5 o'clock shadow. You get your whole company in trouble. So let's read what this woman says. I'm just asking y'all, maybe I got something wrong. And look at this. NYPD officers resigning at a record pace. People are leaving the job, y'all. But let's read what she had to say, man. Let's read what this article had to say. The New York City Police Department lowered its standards for new officers, asking a timed fitness test officials said holds many recruits back, especially women. Pause. Let me tell you what you had to do to get in there physically. Okay. When you get there, they put you on a sidebar. Rachel Dornay had a fight with a dog. She won. She won. She got a little scratches, but she's okay. She's gangster. She just texted me. Unbelievable. Yeah. Dog lunged at the boys, the little babies she got, and she went in. And she fought it off. She won. She all right. I was like, what the Rachel a thug. I'm gonna have to draw a little comic book character about her. So this is what you had to do to get inside. They put a bulletproof vest on you. Then they take a weighted belt, which was the weight of a gun belt, and they tied it on you tight. And you sat inside of a sector car. And when they said ready, set, you open the door. They say go. They time you. You had to do. This is at the old academy. The new academy is in Queens now. This is when it was in Manhattan. You do a lap around the gym. Then you got to hop over a 5-foot fence. And they're running between some cones and hop over a 6 or 7 foot fence. Then go around some more cones, go under a stick, push a sled, then run out the gym and run up 2 flights of steps and drag a 150-pound dummy over a line. And you had to do that in under 3 minutes. There was people that couldn't do that. I watched grown men couldn't get over a 5-foot fence. It was, to me, it was like,
What?
couldn't get over a fence. Nah, Brian, I ain't go to LaGuardia. I ain't go to LaGuardia. I was like, yo, how you can't get over a fence? Just do, my brother, salute. I was like, yo, how you not getting over a damn fence? What's happening here? But there's people that got in and Some of them couldn't do the push-ups. They couldn't pass the sit-ups. And the run was the cream of all mothers. There were people that went through a whole academy and didn't make it because of the run. Now the run, they're removing it. Let me read some more. They said that asking the time fitness test officials said holds many recruits back, especially women. Especially women. Never mind the men. Dudes are failed. You imagine failing to run by a second. You have to pass it at 12:54, and they're like, "Yo, 12:55. Sorry." What? You can't just look. Nope. The department grappling with fallout from its largest staff exodus since 9/11. I ain't gonna get into it, but after 9/11, first of all, there was a recruit class during that time. Mac of the South, my brother. Am I going to Shakur fight? I might. I'm not sure, brother. I might. Me and Mike Biggs might roll up in there. I might. I gotta see what I'm doing that weekend. I got a lot going on, but I'll see what I could do. If I go, I'll let y'all know. The week of, I'll let y'all know. When 9/11 happened, there was a class in the academy, and that class was in there for 12 months instead of 6. And that was the highest, and not only the police department, the fire department, that was the highest. There were people that were sticking around the job, just collecting a check. It's like, yo, I got 25 years on, my pension's locked in. I'm just collecting a check. I'm gonna stick around until junior graduate college, and I'm just collecting a check. I'm not doing nothing. I got the sweet detail. All I do is sit in this office and fill out this paperwork, and I don't do nothing. Boom! 9/11 happens. Now they got to go back in the field. And it's like, wait a minute. I'm a sergeant. I'm a captain. I'm a lieutenant. I'm just a regular beat officer. I already got 25, 26, 27 years on the job. I had it good here. Now I'm back in the field. We got to deal with terrorism. Peace a la pork chop. I'm out of here. I ain't got to deal with this. And they started retiring in droves. There was rookies that was like, I ain't signing up for this. Sorry. If I wanted to do this, I'd go to the goddamn military. Now we got to fight terrorism. It was a whole new animal. The job changed in one day. There were people that were on the list, officers on the list to become sergeants, sergeants on the list to become lieutenants, lieutenants waiting to become captains, and so on and so on. When those cats started retiring, that was the highest turnover rate you've seen in one, those months. People started getting promoted. You usually sit on a promotional exam for like 2 years. Niggas was getting called in 6 months because people was like, yo, fuck this. I'm out of here. I ain't got to deal with this. Rookies, yeah, I'm gonna be a cop, and Uncle Mitch has me, I'm gonna do my 2 years and finish my probation, and then Mitch gonna put me in a sweet detail. I ain't gonna do nothing. Boom, everything changes. Nope, I'm retiring. Out of here. That's what happened. In the fire department too, there was guys like that. Yeah, I'm just collecting a check. I make 6 figures. Just sitting behind his desk. Boom. Oh, whoa. This shit is dangerous. How much time I got? I got 31 years on the job. I ain't got to be here. I'm out of here. Out of here. Nope. So now I just find it really strange. Let's read some further. Largest staff exodus since 9/11, which means people since 9/11, there's been people just saying, yo, F this cop stuff. Not dealing with it. Will no longer require recruits to run a 1.5 mile run in 14 minutes and 21 seconds, and will instead rely on a multi-step physical course test that needs to be completed in nearly 4 minutes. Bro, come on, dogs. Is this equal? Is this equal? Imagine the recruit that couldn't do that run in 14 minutes. I don't know. You listen. If you can't do a 1.5 mile run in 14 minutes, 21 seconds, you okay, whatever. I ain't gonna take no shots at nobody. I'm just saying. Anyone that exercises or is from the military, that's a lot of time to do a 1.5 mile run. Let me break that down what that is. They're giving you 14 minutes and 21 seconds. Y'all ever walked or ran on a Olympic track at a high school or a college? That's 6 laps. 14 minutes and 21 seconds to do 6 laps. You could just jog that. That's not a run, that's a jog. Well, I'm kind of tall. I'm 6'2". Bro, come on. Can you imagine the guy that had to resign? You know what the academy was like? 6 months, working the wheel, days one week, nights the next week. Got to go to car stop workshop in Brooklyn. You got a detail over here. Come back, go to the gun range in City Island. You know what they was telling us in the academy? He said, you got a girlfriend? Yeah. No, you don't. You got a wife? Yeah. No, you don't. You're married to the police department. You're not going out to dinner. You're not having no fancy weekends. You're not doing that. You're going to get hit with so much goddamn homework. The patrol guide is this fucking big. Come on, son. You have no life. My God. Yeah, of course, Philip D. Guess what? If you got NYPD on your resume, you can go anywhere in this country and they'll look at you first. All they want to know is, do you have any CCRBs? Did you get jammed up anywhere? And that's it. You could work anywhere. This department is still respected. With all the bullshit that's gone on, it's still respected. Diallo, Luima, it's still respected. Okay, fine. So 4 minutes for a multi-step physical course. It says, Jillian Snyder, a former NYPD officer and current professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, told Fox News Digital Nixing that, the requirement because it may hold down some women back from joining the force is insane. First of all, like I said, I know women right now older than me that run better than me. Ask them would they become a cop. They'd be like, no, hell no. Why would I do that? Because I could run good? No. Salute, Bumpy. She goes on to say, I think that the fact that they tried to blame it on women being incapable of passing this is insane. Because when I went through the police academy, we had to do the 1.5 mile run in the same time as the men. Snyder said, what effing year was she in there? I never heard of that. What year was that? 80 what? 90 what? No. Training Chief Juanita Holmes, who was recently named New York City's Department of Probation Commissioner, told the New York Post earlier this month that the time run was scrapped, saying no cop on patrol runs 1.5 miles. Absolutely they don't. You should see the size of these motherfuckers. There's a dude that patrols my neighborhood, looks like King Kong fucking Bundy. You remember him? Big Van Vader out here patrolling with a badge on and his stomach hanging over his flush red. All right, kids, you got to clear out this bridge. This is my post. You got to go over there. Don't stand here. I'm like, he looks like he's going to die. How are you snoring and you're still awake?
Whoa! What the oh, yeah, that's kind of pretty before it gets started.
What?
For years, I've been looking at some of these guys like, yo, what the fuck is going on? What? So, no cop on patrol runs 1.5 miles. Okay. How about 5 city blocks? There might be a situation where something happens. Let me tell you something. Do not believe the movies. Y'all remember that scene in New Jack City where Ice-T was chasing Chris Rock, Pookie? In the beginning, he stole the drugs, took off running. And Ice-T was trying to catch him. He couldn't catch him. And what did he do? Do you remember? He pulled out his gun and yelled, "Get down," and shot Pookie in his Achilles and caught him. Let me explain something to you. In real life, that cop would not only be fired, he'd be put in jail. And Pookie would have $1 million lawsuit against the NYPD. Rod, what up, bro? He shot Pookie in a playground full of children. Do you remember the beginning of New Jack City? That was straight Hollywood. When I had the training, I looked back and I said, yo, hell no. When you get to the academy, you start thinking, when you learn the rules of engagement, you start thinking like, yo, I remember this movie, I remember that movie. It's like, that's all bull. If you do any of that, it's over for you. Reset common sense, Playboy plays, salute. It's like, damn. Now, do officers get away with a lot of shit? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just saying, back then, I was like, man, you can't do that. He'd go to jail. You got to explain to your sergeant, yo, why'd you bust him? In the back of the leg? Wait. What was he doing? He was running. You were supposed to catch him. You're supposed to catch him, run after him, catch him. Because while he's running, guess what? He's not a physical threat to you or anyone else. He's trying to run away from you. You have to catch him. And it might be 5, 6, 7, 8 city blocks. You have to be able to run, pick up your radio, give a detailed description of who he is, what he has on, where you're at, so they know where to come get you and help you. Teach, what up? Not shoot them in the leg while they're trying to get away from you. Now, if he's running away and stabbing people and shoot, then you take the shot. Yeah, Shawa, yep, I dig it. I could dig it. Supposed to. A lot of them don't do what they're supposed to do. So now, but back, I just want to digress on that, but back to this. She says, no cop runs 1.5 miles. Okay, how about 3 or 5 city blocks when you have to chase somebody? That cop that I'm talking about, there's no way he's running a city block. Dude was like 350 pounds and he wasn't like an in-shape 350. No. You could literally look at him and be running backwards laughing. He ain't gonna shoot you in the back. If he gets close enough, he can tase you. Do that. Mr. Shelton, salute. Oh, Pookie shot at him first? I forget. Okay, that's different. If Pookie turned around and pulled out the hammer, then okay. I haven't seen it in a while. All right, so if he pulled out the hammer, I forget. I haven't seen it in a long time. If he pulled out on him, the shot's justified. But if he didn't and he was running away, you better not bust that shot. Better not. Rod said, Scotty, I gambled on you and you gambled on the crackhead. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, Let's say you don't have, let's say they scrapped the 1.5 mile run. How about this? Do a sprint test or do something. Are you saying you have to be in? Oh my gosh, man. Okay. I thought they improved the run by adding more time on it. I said 14 minutes. That's fair. I think men was 14 minutes and women was a little more. NYPD ditches 1.5 mile run despite dead set pushback from police commissioner. She says no one is chasing anyone 1.5 miles, not to mention every day in the gym, you're doing 1.5 miles as part of the training. We ran every day. We ran every day. Instead of the force, instead the force is solely relying. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to get those glasses. I got to get those goddamn glasses because I'm seeing blurry and it's crazy out here. Instead, the force is relying solely on the job standard test, a multi-step course that includes simulations of victim rescue, recruit sprinting 50 feet to surmount a 6-foot barrier and a 600-foot run around pattern in cones. I just told y'all, that's what they're doing now. You got to do that to get in, and I guess you got to do that to graduate. The latest change comes after the department lowered the requirement on the job standard test. The NYPD replaced the 6-foot barrier wall recruits have to launch themselves over with a chain link fence that is easier to climb. The New York Post exclusively reported in July of last year. This is the women that did it. Snyder noted that the JST has historically been more of a challenge to women than a timed run, pointing specifically to the barrier surmount requirement. This is her rank is very serious, y'all. Her rank is very serious. Now, this is good news to the recruits in there now. The OGs are like, some of them are like, I don't care. Some of them are like, yo, I went through hell getting through that. I almost failed. There are people that failed out and said, yo, now they do that? Juanita Holmes hosts Girl Talk at NYPD headquarters. Girl Talk is a mentorship program organized by the Patrol Services Bureau. Look, here's the deal, man. I ain't gonna read this whole thing. Look, man. Look at this. You can probably just about walk it. An unnamed officer said in a formal requirement. I mean, 1.5 miles in 14 minutes. It's a brisk walk. Listen, the standards have been lowered for years. Shame on them for not trying to push people. Cops are already out of shape. Another cop in Manhattan said, what's going to be coming in here now? Look, man. And then they have Mayor Eric Adams still burdened by the crime 1 year off in office. Crime has been out of control since Eric Adams has been Mayor. D. McKennedy, salute. Calvin, what up? Yo, put your link, Calvin. Put your link in the chat, please. Look, crime has gone up. The requirements to become a police officer has gone down. They say it was unfair against women, so they lowered the standards for everybody as a whole. But the key thing was women. I asked you, do you think women should get equal pay as men for an honest day, for working the same job? The answer is yes. But why is it that the physical requirements are different? Why is that accepted? They chose to be an officer. You read and accept what you got to do to get in there. Whatever the men had to do, they had 2 extra minutes to do. Why is that? I thought we were all fair. Equal pay for equal work. Let me pull something up else for y'all. Let me see. Watch this. This is something I found. BLS report. I'll drop the link. BLS reports, they suggest that most of the gender earnings gap. Well, first of all, let me remove this for a minute. All right. Wage. A payment of money for labor or services, usually according to the contract, and paid on an hourly, daily, or piecework basis. That's a wage. Earnings. Money obtained in return for labor or services. They play games with words here. Before I go any further, let me show y'all something. This woman right here, you think she's running 1.5 miles to become a cop? Equal pay for equal work. Let me explain something to you guys. I can't name a place in America right now that it's an open competitive job. And when they hire the man and the woman, they'll say, Bob, we're going to pay you $25 an hour. To do what? Lick envelopes and put them in that hole right there. Brenda, we're going to pay you $15 an hour. For what? To lick envelopes and put them in that hole right there next to Bob. Why does he get paid 25 and I get paid 15? Don't say nothing. You can't do that. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You can't do that. That's illegal, right? So why are we acting like that's being done? It's not being done. But they say, oh man, ladies make more than men. I mean, they make less than men. No. And that's right, Shauna. Y'all, if anything, women should be offended. Y'all lowering the standards for the women to get inside the police academy to become cops because you feel that the women can't do it? How, Joe Townsend in the building, salute. You feel that the women can't do it? Is that what y'all saying? Y'all lowering the standards for all police. And you know what? They couldn't lower the standard. Imagine this. Imagine men happen to do a 1.5 mile run, but if you're a woman, you ain't got to do it. The men will be in an uproar. So they had to change all of the rules because that woman said that the 1.5 mile run is stupid. We're not running every day. Obviously, it's not. You got to see these cops out here. The women should be offended. Where's Me Too for that? No, I see. It benefits you. It benefits you. Y'all go follow Calvin on the gram. Hey, Shawa, a lot of women say that, but you know what? You say that out loud, that feminist lynch mob gonna come for you. They're gonna call you a pick-me, but meanwhile you're married. They're gonna call you all kinds of names, turncoat, brainwash, sunken place, and gonna call you all of that stuff. Exactly, Philip D. Exactly. It's just the opposite. Women should be in an uproar like, yo, what you mean you ditching the run? You mean we can't do it? You think we can't do it? You see what I'm saying? So I've just defined what a wage is and what earnings, money obtained in return of labor services. Using the definition of wage above, The claim of a gender wage gap implies for many that women are paid lower hourly or daily wages than men when they are working side by side for the same company, doing the exact same job with the same educational and work backgrounds. That's what they're insinuating about a wage gap, a gender wage gap. That's not the case, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the case. This isn't the 1930s, man. There are things in place that prohibits that. Companies can be taken down because of that. Language and words are important. Don't I always say words are important? Don't I always say that? Language and words are important. And that's why I think it's important that's why I think it's important and more accurate to refer to gender earnings gap rather than gender pay gap or gender wage gap. Did y'all get that? Gender earnings gap. There is an earnings gap, but there's not a gender pay gap or a gender wage gap. There's a difference. Note that the NCPE uses the terms gender wage gap and wage gap 12 times. There's an article on a website. They use it more than 20 times in its main website. The Department of Labor study also uses the terms raw wage gap. The underlying assumption with that language, gender wage gap, is that there is one hourly or weekly or monthly wage paid to men and a lower hourly or weekly or monthly wage paid to women working side by side, their male counterparts doing the exact same job when both have the exact same educational and work backgrounds, etc. They're trying to say, family, that men make more because they're men. That is not accurate. That's not accurate. A female cop at top pay makes the same as a male cop at top pay. But if the female cop is a detective and she puts in more hours, if she in a 40-hour work week, if she puts in 50 hours and that cop just puts in 40, her check is going to be bigger and vice versa. That's just life. Back to this article. Switching to using the term gender earnings gap broadens the concept of earnings differentials by gender and more accurately allows for the reality that women are usually making the same hourly or weekly wage as men doing the same exact job. But men, listen to this, y'all. Men often earn more on average than women because men are working longer hours on average, performing different jobs than women, working in jobs that are physically more rigorous, like construction, working jobs that are more dangerous, logging. Y'all know what logging is? That shit is dangerous. I wouldn't do that. And in more hostile work environments, oil rigs workers. Didn't I bring that up before? Involve longer commute times and may be less flexible, and less family friendly. These are dangerous jobs. Field jobs, oil rigs, logging. You know, you gotta cut the lumberjacks gotta cut shit down. How many women do those jobs? Construction. I see women waving the flag, but who's working that drill? Who's laying the pipe? Not in the women. Little joke there, but laying the pipe in the ground. Who do you see doing that? Men. It says here, so I think it's time to completely scrap the term gender wage gap and replace it with a more accurate gender earnings gap. Unfortunately, a Google search reveals that there are more than 23 times more results for the term gender wage gap. 984,000 results than for gender earnings gap, 42,100. So it's all soul power. Salute. Oh, no doubt, Kevin. We got you. Yo, Playboy Plays, you see, bro. A lot of us, we take advantage of the stuff that we use every day. These factories, It'd be messed up in there sometime. And back before there was unions and insurance coverage, yo, when the assembly line was created and there was no union, one false move, you lose a limb. Oh my God, how am I gonna feed my family? I ain't got no arm. I ain't got no I lost 2 fingers on the assembly line doing the Model T. What am I gonna do? Well, you can't work here no more. But I gotta feed my family. I ain't paying you, man. Get out of here. They pick up your finger and throw it at you. Get out of here. Things changed. Too many people started getting hurt. Like, yo, look, there gotta be something in place to take care of us, man. Busting my ass, and right before I retire, I lose a finger and I don't get nothing. Then they had to come up with unions and workman's comp. And it's like, no, you got to take care of these workers. Because what happens is people start walking out, man. Charlie, Bob, and Mikey been working here 10 years. They got hurt back to back to back. And those guys, we look up to those guys, and you ain't taking care of them, you ain't gonna take care of me. We all walking out. Okay, fine. What do y'all want? It's called the union. If we get hurt, we need to be able to take care of our family. What are you gonna do for us? That's not exactly how it happened, but I'm just giving you an idea about how things started. Unions are very important. That's right, Picasso. You know what it's all about. A lot of us know what it's about. But not to get off topic, we're talking about equal work for equal pay, men versus women. Gender wage gap. Gender wage gap. Gender earnings gap. There's a difference. There's no gender wage gap. Women make just as much money working the same jobs as a man. The gender earnings gap. The earnings gap is different. Why? Because men, we work longer hours. We're built different. And what am I saying here? It is equal work for equal pay. I'm with that. But fellas, imagine working a job and you do the job. And they like, yo, look, I need some overtime. I need about 4 hours overtime for tomorrow. And they say, nah, you know what? You know what Playboy plays? I know you need it, but I got to give it to Barbara. And Playboy's like, wait a minute. You need me to work that forklift. Nobody wants to do it tomorrow, but I can do it. I saw the budget. You got money. I want to earn my money. You need a forklifter. Yeah, but you know what? That new female union rights thing, they said I have to give her 4 hours. Can she drive the forklift? Well, no. So what are we talking about here? Sorry. That's what we're saying to you. I have to distribute the overtime equally. I have to be fair. So she's not driving a forklift? No. What is she going to be doing, by the way? She's going to be filing papers for about an hour. And she's going to stock the shelves for an hour. Then she's going to have an hour-long lunch that I'm going to have to pay her for. And then she's going to drive that truck across the building. So who's going to do the forklift work? We'll find out Monday. But it's going to be done during work hours. But I got to give these 4 hours of overtime to at least 3 women in a week. Sorry. How's that equal? Now, but if Barbara could drive the forklift and she asks first before you, she does the job. Fine. Yo, can I get the overtime? Nah, your Barbara asked first. Damn. All right. That's it. But what I just described to you, that shit was happening on jobs. That was happening on jobs. It really was. Yo, I got the OT, but I can't give it. I got to give it to, because she done called downtown on me. She said I'm discriminated against her. And I'm not. It's just that what I need done, I know you can do it in 3 hours. But because she is a she, it's going to take her about 4 to 5 hours. I got to give it to her, though. Where I could save money by putting one guy here, I'm going to spend another $300 having a woman do the same work. And the company's losing money, but they don't care because we got to be gender neutral. Do I look out for the company or spend money trying to appease her? Are we trying to run a business here or not? Being fair, what? What are we talking about here? Gender wage gap, gender earnings gap. Are companies trying to save money, or are they trying not to get sued for being accused of being chauvinist? I often mentioned, I said, why don't women work on these, Jerome King, salute. Why don't women work on these oil rigs? Have y'all seen those jobs? I wouldn't even do that shit. One false move, you could lose your leg. You seen that shit that those dudes is doing? Come on, man. That shit is dangerous. Y'all seen that there was a TV show called Dirty Jobs. Have y'all seen some of that shit? I just saw something on Instagram. This dude was like, he was the kind of electrician that worked in the sewers, and he was standing there working the machine. He had roaches all over his neck and back, and he was just doing the machine. And I said, no. They were crawling down his neck, down his shirt. When he comes up out of here, he just takes his shirt off, shake him off, and get in the truck and go to the next block and get back down. Nope. I'm not doing that. I am not. I'd be vomiting and no, I don't know. And that man's probably making $80,000 a year. He's not super rich. His ribs ain't touching. He ain't broke either. It is my point. I gotta think that some women are doing that job, but how many as opposed to men? I'm just asking. Chris Chandler, salute. Philip D says, all these to me, all these Me Too activists and feminists, when they work on an oil rig, bro, hell, they're grown ass men who don't want to work on an oil rig, my ass included. Bro, have y'all seen those oil rigs? You know how dangerous that is? I remember watching the news when one of those joints in the middle of the ocean caught on fire. Dudes was running off the plank on fire and jumping into the water. It's oil and you're on fire. Guess what? That fire's not coming out in the water. You got to jump into a box of sand. It's crazy. Badly altered affirmative action. It's a teeter-totter. There's some good with it, but some bad with it. Like I'm talking about, that's why I use this thing with the police department as an example. Now, this thing has changed where there's no run anymore, but somewhere around the city, there's about 1,000 officers that did not. Matter of fact, my boy's cousin, she failed the run 2 years ago. She failed the run. You know what? I'm going to call her. I'm going to ask her. I'm going to say, yo, do you know that they don't do the run no more? You know why I'm going to tell her? Because she can go back. Now she can go back in. That was the only thing holding her back. Academics, she was fine. When I was in there, it was behavioral science, police science, and law. We called it PS, BS, and law. BS, behavioral science. After that, they merged behavioral science and police science. And then law, that was a separate thing. And then physical training. She failed the run. That 14, 15-minute run, she failed it. She can go back in now because there's no goddamn run. Go ahead, young lady. Go. You see what I mean? Joseph said, we had a power outage several days ago. At 9 p.m., I saw a man in a lift with a flashlight on his helmet getting it done. You see? And I'm not saying it's impossible, but how many women as opposed to men do you see? In your city, USA, when you see construction, y'all all drove down a highway and it's like 104 degrees and it's burning up in your car with the AC turned all the way up. And you see those men with on the side of the highway, and you're like, how are they out here in this heat? Now ask yourself, how many women do you see doing that? Is there a wage gap? I'm asking, is there a wage gap or earnings gap? It's not a wage gap. DP Rocker, salute. It's not a wage gap, it's an earnings gap. Wage gap means that if me and Shauna are doing the same job and they pay me more because I'm a man, that's not fair. That's the wage gap. Earnings gap is me and Shauna work the same job, but she only works 40 hours a week. But with given the choice, 40 hours a week, to give me the choice, I'm working 48 hours a week. I'm working 40 Monday through Friday, and I'll sacrifice a Saturday or Sunday just to get that OT. And I say, Shauna, why ain't you working that? The overtime's here. I'm tired, man. I'm glad they better be glad I'm giving them Monday through Friday. Saturdays and Sundays is my day. I get my nails done. I get my hair done. I sleep. I go out. I do whatever I need to do. But my weekends is my weekends. I'm good. Kane, what up? Jason says we get hurricanes in Florida. Y'all sure do. Those guys, power line guys, come from all over America to restore power. I have yet to see a woman at that job. They work crazy hours. Bro, let me tell you something. Y'all remember when that hurricane, what was a hurricane that hit, what you call it? Damn, what was that, 2015? What you call it? The hurricane that hit New Orleans. That was crazy. There were a majority of the people that I saw leaving New York because there was a lot of jobs. There was a lot of work. T Hunt, what up? There was a lot of work. Cats was getting on these buses and heading straight down there and working. Katrina, thank you. Katrina. I'm sure there were women working, but the majority of people that I saw going, Abdullah, what up? Well, men. That shit was dangerous. And I'm not taking a crap on women. I'm just saying that, how many times y'all heard me say language is important? It's very important, y'all. It's very important. The difference between a gender wage gap and a gender earnings gap. There is an earnings gap. Men make more than women because we do different things. We choose to work. Why do you think? I'm gonna bring up Kevin Samuels again. Why do you think when he said, when he was talking to a woman and he asked them what kind of man they want? They always want the man with 6 figures. Put the looks aside. All right, and then when he goes into their looks, put that aside. He would ask them, you want a man to make that money, but he would ask them, do you want a family? Answer is yes. It's always yes. What part of the financial load do you want to be responsible for in the household? Some women will say, when they didn't understand the question, they'll say, oh, maybe 50%. Okay. So who's watching the kids when you're at work and your husband's at work? Oh, no, I don't want to work. Okay. So you don't want any of the financial load? No, I don't. So you don't want to work. You want to be a stay-at-home mom? Yes. And then he would say, You want to be a stay-at-home mom. Yes. And you don't want any part of the financial load. No. But you want this six-figure man. He said, how much student loan debt do you have? Some of these sisters had 6 figures of student loan debt. So you want 1 or 2 kids and you live in an expensive ass city like Los Angeles or New York. And you got student loan debt that you're not paying off. He's supposed to take care of all of that and you. $100,000, $150,000 is not enough. But here's the question. Why are you in school in the first place, putting yourself in all of this debt that you're not going to pay for? You want your husband to pay for. Why are you in school? You're setting yourself up for failure. Remember when Kevin says you can't have it all? You remember that? Word up, go subscribe to my brother Renee Box Young. Do you understand? He wasn't telling y'all not to get an education. He was trying to help y'all understand there's a reason for everything. And a lot of times you're going to have to choose. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a family-oriented person and working a job. My wife works. But he wanted women to understand that if you choose to work, because some women are just going to have to work. You're going to have to factor in raising a child, how much it costs, what city you live in, babysitting. Factor it in. He never said it was bad. He was just helping women understand what they were asking for. And that was the disconnect. They didn't understand. And it's hard to understand when they have this belief that there's a gender wage gap instead of an earnings gap. There's a difference, man. And they just said in the Google, and this is very powerful, y'all. Unfortunately, a Google search reveals that there are more than 23 times more results for the term gender wage gap than gender earnings gap. Gender wage gap had 984,000 results. Gender earnings gap had only 42,100 results. So there's people looking at that, women in particular, thinking that that's the same thing. No doubt, LeVar, Renee's family. Yeah, Kane, and that's a whole nother thing. These women get so many, they're the most enrolled. They're the most enrolled in school. These women got like hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt, and they want Mr. Right making $200,000 a year, and they don't want to work, and they want to make a family. And all Kevin was saying was, do y'all understand what you're asking for? And they didn't. Did y'all hear what I said, how I broke it down? You're in school, you got your degree, perfect. But now you want a man that makes $150,000 a year and you don't want to work, but you want a family. And who's going to pay your student loan? Your man's supposed to pay for your student loan. He's supposed to pay for the child. He's supposed to pay for you. He's supposed to take care of the mortgage and everything else surrounding that. And you want to live in New York, in LA or Chicago, whatever. And what's the average cost of living in New York? And you want 2 kids, and he's in magically that $100,000, $150,000 a year is really not much compared to what you want. And you don't want to work. You want to be a stay-at-home mom. So why do you even have your degree? Does it make sense now? I just broke it down. I'm not Kevin, but I just explained it to you. You don't want to work, but then wonder why there's an earnings gap? Because the wage gap doesn't exist, y'all. It does not. The earnings gap exists because we do different work. That's it. That's it. And that's all. That's just a minor thing. That's all Kevin was saying. That's all. And I hope y'all understand that. That's all he was saying. That's it. Brother Daniel Mitchell, he says, Drew, my wife just saw that vid of the sister who fell and farted, and her son came to help her up and was blown away how many women were bigging up her being a good mother because they helped her up. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? The dysfunction is ridiculous, man. And that's another thing. What makes a man want to sign up for that? Brothers, if y'all build yourself up to the point where you're making $100,000 a year, 102, 110, and you're single, that's a lot of money you have for yourself. You got a couple of grand in the bank. You got hopefully you're doing good things with a 401k, a retirement plan. You're like, yeah, I'm doing good for myself. And you meet this woman and she got these degrees and she's so smart, which is a great thing. An educated woman is a great thing. But now y'all start discussing a relationship and you're like, okay, well, what do you want to do with your life? Well, I want to be a full-time mother. And it sounds great. I want to be at home. And you're like, well, I make enough money, you know. Really think about it, brothers. 2 kids, 1 or 2 kids. Look at where you live. You might have to upgrade. So let's say your rent is $1,700. Now, let's say you live in an apartment. Now you need 3 or 4 bedrooms. In New York, you may as well get a house. So now you upgrade from a 2-bedroom apartment to a house. Now your monthly expenses, mortgage, your property taxes, everything is escrowed, all of that stuff. Now your payments every month is $4,000 a month. That's a big jump. From $2,500 a month that you're spending on yourself, now you're paying $4,000, and the baby is just a baby. Oops, wait a minute. Your wife got that big head degree. She's not using it because she said she wanted to be a stay-at-home mother. Now she's not using the goddamn degree that she worked so hard for, that she was in school for 6 years for, that made her a boss. Don't matter now because she's a stay-at-home mom. You got to grind. Who's paying her student loan? You are. That becomes part of your monthly bills. Uh-oh. I made $101,000 last year. Now I have to make $120,000 because I'm falling behind the 8 ball now. It was just me 5 years ago. Now it's me, her, Junior, my daughter. I had to give away the Mercedes and trade it in for the family van, for the fucking Toyota. I was only working 50 hours a week. Now I got to work 62. I'm tired. I'm getting gray. But I got to take care of these kids. Hopefully your wife washes dishes and cooks your dinner when you come home and rubs your back and rubs your feet and runs your bathwater. Hopefully she's doing that much. After the picture I painted, don't you think that the man that I'm describing deserves a hot meal when he comes home? You think he deserves that? At least that much? Y'all already know where I'm going with this. Because this is a stay-at-home mother. But he's putting in over 60-hour work weeks. And he got to entertain the family. You got to do family vacations. You got to find time to take the woman out. Hey, come watch the kids. I got to take my lady out. Ladies, we do a lot. We do a lot. You know what happens to the men that I just described? Some women will always find something wrong with him. We grew apart. You're always working. Huh? Who else is going to pay for this shit? I'm paying bare minimum on your student loan, your $110,000 student loan that you've had over the last 10 years. I haven't made a dent in it. I'm barely paying the principal, man. I'm keeping your credit from getting messed up because I'm married to you. If your credit gets messed up, what happens to my credit? When I met you, my shit was at an 820. It dropped down to a 740 because I was late on paying some of the shit that you did. You see, this is marriage, y'all. This is marriage. That's why I tell brothers, you got to marry the right one. And that's what Kevin was saying. A lot of these women They're delusional in their thought process. They don't know what it takes. It sounds good, but they don't know what's going on. Queen, I hear you, but you know what? I'm not that guy. I'm just not that, you know what I'm saying? Give up the luxury vehicle because now the man has accepted the fact that he's decided to have a family. Daniel Mitchell, I agree with you. Yeah. Mortgage is two words merged into one. Latin, mort, which is Latin for death. Gauge means grip. So mortgage is really like a death grip. How many people actually live to pay off their entire mortgage? Think about it. Now, I feel you, Queen. What I'm thinking is if you have a Mercedes and you I don't know, 3-year lease, go to a dealer and say, oh, look, I want to trade this in. I need a family van, less of money, or what can you do for me? And that's if the man decided, yo, I choose this woman and we procreated and I can't drive them around in this Mercedes. I need room. I mean, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Once you decide to make a family, you're no longer first. Feel me on this. The man does come first in the household because we're taking care of everything, but we're protectors and providers, right? So we have to be responsible. We are first. That's why they call head of household. We are first. We are first. But what are we doing? Everything we're doing is for the family. So the least we can get is a hot meal when we come home. It's the least we can get. Babe, what's for dinner? Babe, do me a favor, run my bath water, run my shower. Please, I'm gonna come in there. I'm gonna say hello to the kids. I gotta go right upstairs. I gotta take a shit. I gotta take a shower. Please, put dinner on the plate for me. I'm gonna entertain the kids for about 20 minutes and I gotta go to bed. Is their homework done? I gotta go to bed. Now, what I just said, some women will hear this and say, that sounds like slavery. No, it's not. Because if I'm busting my ass 62 hours in a work week, and she's doing her job by maintaining a household that I pay for, including her student loan, for degrees that she's not using because she wants to be a stay-at-home mom, the least she can do is service her husband. That's the teamwork, is it not? What is she supposed to be doing? Sitting at home? Nigga, bring home something to eat. I'm watching Netflix. Oh yeah, Sean, I saw that. I mean, look, what some women will say is slavery. I had 2 grandmothers, man. No, 3. Well, on my mama's side, I had 2 grandmothers. They ain't complain. Long story, but they ain't complain. They got shit done. My grandpa got shit done. That's right, love is the word. I don't know what the problem is. But I'm saying these are the women that they didn't want to have any of the financial load. They didn't want to have any of the financial load. So no financial load. And you have a degree. You want to be a stay-at-home mother. So who's paying for your student loan? Your husband. So if he's paying it and paying everything else, your job is to raise the babies and raise them right. Don't be in your goddamn social media taking selfies and twerking and all kinds of weird stuff. I want them learning until they go to pre-K. When they come home, I want you to review their homework. I want them watching educational stuff. And when they see you, I don't want them to see you in your phone. You can't tell them do as I say, not do as I do. That don't work for me. You understand? You're setting an example. And when they see me, they're supposed to see you more because you're home. When they see me, why is daddy out sometimes? He's working. So when your daughter grows up seeing you working, what do you think she's going to want when she gets older? Just subliminally. I can't be with that dude. I always see him. And he's always on the corner. Or he's always just bumming around the neighborhood or whatever, just walking around, asking people, yo, you got a quarter? Wherever you live. But that guy right there, he's always coming out the building, looking at his watch, getting in his car, gone. He comes back, looking at his watch, going in. Then I see him coming out the building with a gym bag. He's going to the gym. Then he comes out. He's always on the phone. Yeah, you know, we have to close this deal. He's busy. He's busy. Reminds me of who? My dad.
Whoa!
What?
It's subliminal. You want your son to see that. I gotta be busy. I gotta be busy. Why are you always working? Why are you always busy? Why are you always... I don't know. Saw my dad do that. When your daughter gets older, the boyfriend's like, oh, you brought me a plate. Yeah, at the cookout. Yeah. Damn, I wonder why she did that. She always saw her mother serve her father. It's just courtesy. How was your day? Man, you the first lady that ever asked me how my day was. Why you do that? Well, I don't know. Because when your father walked in, your mother said, hey, babe, how's your day? You're not supposed to fight in front of the kids. Why? Come on, man. It's called leading by example. Is any of this making sense? Come on now. But if you're in front of BET all day or whatever these kids watching and you twerking and watching all these social media shit, man, who are you raising, man? Who are you raising? You guys got to get better, man. Men, your children need to see you busy. Your children need to hear you speak proper English. It got to a point where when I became a young man, when I was in my early 20s, my father was hanging around with some guys from his old neighborhood in Harlem. And they came to the house. And I was listening to them talk. And, you know, their slang is like, you know, different from the 70s and shit. And I'm listening to my dad talk. And I said, that is bugs. I called my brother and sister. I said, listen to dad talk. We were like, what the fuck? That's the guy? That's our father? He's around guys from his old neighborhood. But when he was around us, only time he had to be enraged for him to curse. And I brought him there a bunch of times. Shit. I remember I walked in the house one day. My brother and sister was standing there like, and my sister looked at me. DS, what up? And all she said, yo, Dad's about to F you up. And then I heard, Argh! I was like, ooh. I just started crying right there. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? I didn't remember what I did, man. I was always doing something. Jason said he stopped listening to rap music. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of things that we have to deprogram ourselves from. I was able to tune stuff out, you know. Yeah, man. Gotta lead by example. Do y'all understand why Kevin Samuels is really important to the black community? Yeah, my pops talk jive. Yep, talk jive. He was very important. He didn't hate black women. He didn't hate fat black men. He wanted everyone to get it together, and he wanted us to get together. He wanted us to get it together so we can get together. Did y'all know that group that he had on Facebook where people were meeting up? He didn't allow white women in there. Did y'all know that? He didn't want white women coming in there and getting the high value black men. Y'all know how I never went into the group, but I knew someone who knew someone that was in the group. And the word I got was there was men in there, millionaires, black men, looking for wives. And he didn't want the white women coming up in there and taking those men. He was stern on procreation in the black community. That's what he wanted. But when you have people that they see highlight videos. You can go to YouTube and find highlight videos of me just saying like shit. And it's like, if you know, you know. There's people like, yo, that's fucked up. Drew Titan really said that? But no. People that follow me was like, no, I watched that live. It's taken out of context. That's not what he was saying, though. People I saw one of Fred from Barbershop Conversations. Someone made a clip and made him say something about blue blood. And I was like, no, man, he didn't say that. I know he didn't say that. I know he didn't say that. Editing is something else. But when people are already angry and they have selective hearing, there's a whole channel on YouTube. It's called Kevin Samuels Daily Clips. He has nothing to do with that. But all that channel has done is taken his highlight clips of him arguing with women, where the women are arguing with him. And if that's where you're getting your education about Kevin Samuels, it's wrong, y'all. Now, I could listen to something like that and laugh and be like, oh, I remember when he got into it with this chick, but I know the backstory because I've heard all of his shows, every last one of them. And I know every time I see a woman, whether it was an Instagram conversation or a YouTube conversation, I'm like, this is dirty how they're putting it up here on YouTube, because they're not telling you why the conversation went left. They're not telling it to you. It makes it seem like it's just him getting on a chick for no reason. And that's not, those women are not innocent. And I'm gonna tell you something else, y'all. When Shorty come back on next Tuesday, y'all know how I do. I got questions. Whatever you say, you got to stand on it. Whatever you say, you got to stand on it. I got questions. I ain't gonna put too much out there, but I got questions. And, you want to come back, that's cool. So, got questions. Exactly, Bumpy. That man was very, very, very intelligent, man. And he loved his community to a fault. He really did. And people didn't understand him. There's a lot of people that they never heard of him. And when you mention a name, what do people do? They go to Google, they come to YouTube, and you put in someone's name and you'll see 30 negative things before you go to their actual channel. And by the time they reviewed all the negative, how many women said, oh, he hated women? He did not. How many women know that all of that he was talking about, talking with women, he was doing that for men for 3 years. He wasn't making millions of dollars talking to men. Men weren't on here threatening his life. You know what happened? When he had Average at Best, when that happened, when that incident happened, with Average at Best, people took that highlight, put it on World Star, and women got mad at him because they thought he was on there bullying her. They only showed different clips of it. And then women started flocking to the channel. Oh no, we got to get him. We got to get him. No. He let them on there and would ask them the same questions. You hate women, you're gay, and no. What is your problem? I ain't got no problem. You don't? Do you work? Yes, I work. How much money do you make? $50,000 a year. Okay, do you want to be married? He would reel them in. Yeah, I'm gonna get married. What kind of man do you want? Got to be equally yoked. He got to make 6 figures. That's right, Smoke Talk. He was talking about men. He was wanting us to get it together. He got to make 6 figures. And then you look at the woman. You want a man that makes 6 figures? Yeah. Okay. What city you live in? New York? Okay. I'm not saying it's not impossible. But those type of men, have you ever dated a man that made 6 figures? You want to get married? Yeah, but you dated I've dated a man that made a lot of money. Okay, well, what happened to him? It just ain't work out. See where I'm going with this? What did Shorty told me? How you gonna tell me what men want? I asked her, what do men want? How you gonna tell me? She said, I got niggas. And what did Kevin Samuels always say when women say, oh, I got niggas in my DM, I got that. No, we rate results by marriage over here. Those women get on this platform and say, I want to be married. Okay. You've dated a couple of guys that made that money. Why aren't you with them? Where's your ring at? Oh, it just ain't work out. So you can't lock down a 6-figure man? No. How tall are you? Dress size? 20 what? How much you weighed the last time you weighed yourself? 200 and what? On a scale of 1 to 10, fresh face out of sour, how do you rate yourself? You can't use 7. 6.5. I said you can't use 7, but we don't do points. Well, I'm an 8. Beyonce's an 8. Oh, okay. I'm a 9. How many kids you got? 2. How many baby fathers you got? 2. And a 6-figure man is supposed to get with you? How about this? A high value man, to be exact. How about this? What's the matter with getting an average man? That was his whole point. What's wrong with y'all getting an average earning man, a good dude, and an average man? And what did they always say? I deserve a high value man. I don't want to settle for an average man.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
Getting an average man became settling. And that was disrespectful. That was disrespectful to men. And then it went downhill from there. And that's what I'm saying. Women that never sat through a whole show, they didn't know that. And they also don't know how many women thanked him for that, because they didn't know. I'm just saying, man. Now, there was some comedic value behind the things. You know, he played the tuba and shit like that. It was funny. But he's running the show, man. Get over it. Look what Brandon said. He said, Kevin Samuels helped me increase my image, my knowledge and on fashion style, be more productive, get my money up, and wash that men-ain't-ish BS from women's mouths. See what I'm saying? You see? That man helped a lot of people, man. He had more love than he had hate. Trust me. Philip D says, If brothers don't know or have a clue, see Derek Jackson, Ace Metaphor, Dr. Umar Johnson. Derek Jackson's ex-wife has a video of herself having a breakdown. Yeah. Go to the feel-good niggas. Go to the niggas that make you feel good. And let me tell you how shady black women are. Now, let me be clear. The black women that I'm talking about. The black women that I'm talking about. I heard, I was listening to Obsidian. I was listening to Obsidian. What the fuck is this? And he was like, one of the one of the ladies, I think her name is Ebony, that he does work with. She went to a Derek Jackson meetup or something, or somewhere where he was selling whatever product. And apparently Derek Jackson, he's over 6 feet tall. He's a handsome brother. He works out, whatever. And he was there with his wife, his then wife. And she said she was in the bathroom freshening up, and those women was in there talking about what they would do to him sexually. He's right next to his wife. And they in the bathroom. Girl, you know, I would do this and I would do that. That's a married man you talking about. It's a married man. Where's your respect for your fellow black woman? Funny how some women will cut a man down, but a lot of women will say, yo, nah, I won't trust my man around a lot of chicks. A lot of women got friends that they won't leave their man in the house with. Yo, if Clara come through, don't let her in until I get there. Why? I don't trust that bitch. That's your friend. What are you talking about? I don't know. She push up on you. But babe, I ain't gonna do nothing, but I don't even want to deal with it. Trust me. Yeah, Shauna, Beyonce was an 8. And he's going off the basic beauty standards. Beyonce 8, Kelly Rowland is a 9, Rihanna's a 10. And he's talking about facial structure, bone structure, weight, build. Beyonce's build is a 10, like in the black community, because we like, you know, tiny waistlines and fat asses and stuff like that. But general beauty standards and stave the, oh, it's European standards, that's bullshit. Black women are built different. They are built different. You are. But when a woman is in shape, look at the old Soul Train episodes. If I can't see a collarbone, you're probably overweight. Yeah. So I mean, you know, look, I'm not y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Smoke and Talk. Friday 7 p.m. Okay. Make sure y'all subscribe, please. Yep. Brandon said that is correct. Derek Jackson and his wife working the merch table of that event instead of right next to him during the event. Yo, wife was working the table. That's exactly what I heard. And he was working the floor. Eventually, he left her, and she's having a nervous breakdown on social media, and he's with the next chick, and the other chick's got it on video with him with the next chick. Yo, look, man. But this guy was anti Kevin Samuels, and Kevin Samuels was this big old villain and a closet homosexual because he took care of himself and dressed in suits every night when he did his show. They talked about everything, his receding hairline, and you know, he's gay and he's really not 6'4", and all of this other weird stuff. Mr. Punch Out, salute. You dig what I'm saying? All of that negative he's saying. It's like, yo, wait, are y'all listening to what this man is saying? You know, it's hard, man. Now, look, I'm not going to get into what people's personal opinion is about Rihanna. Look, listen, I personally, Rihanna's all right. But if she wasn't Rihanna and I seen a bunch of chicks that look like Rihanna, I'm not interested. I had a hard time dealing with light-skinned chicks. That's just me. I prefer dark-skinned chicks. That's just me. Thank you, woke. Riri don't do it for me, but I understand the beauty standards. Kelly Rowland, the skin complexion is perfect for me, but for me, she's a little too on the slim side for me. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, salute. Kelly Rowland's a little too slim for me. Riri's light skin and a little too slim for me. I like a thicker woman. That's just me. Beyonce, I get it. But I'm not team light skin. That's just a preference. I always like dark-skinned women. I always did. I'm not firing shots. I've dated light-skinned chicks before. I'm just saying. What Kevin was referring to was the standard, not the standard, but from a modeling perspective. When you want to do the runway, depending on what you're going for, they look for certain things. And it's not a European standard. Grace Jones in her prime was walking the runway. Do y'all remember how Grace Jones was built? A prime Grace Jones? Boy, when she was in Conan the Destroyer. Y'all remember that? Ooh. But that's a physique. Y'all saw this chick that runs? I think she's from Spain, but she's black. Oh man, I gotta pull, man. Watch this, y'all. What the hell? Wait till you see this. Bro, y'all heard of Fatima Diame? Bro, listen, look at this. Now look, y'all. I'm not gonna play all of this because y'all know how it is. Bro. You see that? Okay. All right. Go to Mercy. She's in shape and got cake. Oh. Yeah, all right. Okay, I can't. That's my speed. And watch this. To me, she got curves, but she's still on a little slim side for me. Still on a little slim side. But okay. That's as small as I'm going. Goodness. Rihanna over her? You're bugging. Nope, not me. Not me. Not me. Jesus Christ. I think she played for Spain. I think she will play. I think she's Spanish, right? But she is that Spain? I think that's Spain. That was the 2022 Indoor Olympics. Jeez Louise. And I think that is Spain's. Yo, look at this, bro. Look at this, man. Look at this. Bro. Nah, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. I'm on some pervert shit. I'm just watching her walk down the track. The camera kept there. They knew what they were doing. Oh, Lord. I'm in perv mode. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just watching her. She's a hell of an athlete, too. Lord. Nah, I ain't even gonna play that, man. Cause she get about that sandbox and it's just straight wedgie. Nah, man. Whatever, man. Word up, man. Shout out to the cameraman, for taking care of us. Salute, man. That's Sister Gorgeous, man. That's Sister Gorgeous. Edgar, what up, bro? That's Sister Gorgeous. But she's still on the slim side for me. I ain't even gonna hold you. Not even gonna hold you. When we talk about beauty standards, there's some dudes that be like, yo, I don't like that. She too small, her head too big, she too black. Whatever. It's okay. But what Kevin Samuels would say is a high value man that has earned his position amongst the group, they reserve the right to get what they want. And when they choose to reproduce, they want a woman built like that. That's all he was saying. Because these women, they would get mad. They would get mad at Kevin to say, yo, look, I'm only telling you because I work with these men. Your wife look like that Night Train? Damn. That's all he said. He said, high value men. He says, have you ever been to a party with a bunch of high value men? One woman said yes. He said, how do the women look? She said, well, basically, there's a lot of white women and Asian women. Turns out the black woman was the biggest woman in the room. It's like, he's like, yo, well, why is that so? And then when he gets into, 80% of the black women are obese and we have a problem. I tried to explain that to Shorty last week and she said, what about America? It's an American problem. It is. But just because a hamburger in front of you don't mean you have to eat it. You have to take accountability. That's all Kevin was saying. And he was demonized for it. And he was saying women get to tell men what they want all the time. We don't want no scrubs and we don't want no broke ass niggas. And by the way, no shade to TLC, because one of them are gone now. But how's their love life now? What were their choices after the song Scrubs later on in life? What were their choices looking like? I rest my case. So when Kevin Samuels come along decades later saying, look, I'm around these men. I counsel with these men. I'm an image consultant. I work with these men. These men are in my a meetup group that he keeps white woman out of. He was reserving those high value men for black women. He was reserving them for that. And these women didn't want to hear it, man. They did not know all the good that he did, man. It was like, it's crazy. Who, Shower? One of the prettiest women you've seen on YouTube? Who? There's a lot of pretty women on here. Who's that chick that always works with what's his name on To The Max? With Ja? That light-skinned lady? She looked like Beyonce that ate a mushroom from Super Mario and just grew up bigger. She's a bigger Beyonce. She's red bone. She got extra everything, and she's all natural too. That's her real butt. Those are her real boobs. She's real pretty. She's real pretty. Forgot her name. It begins with a P and an H. I follow her on the Instagram. Perv mode. For forget her name. Yeah, that's her. Persephone. That's her. She's blessed. I couldn't, whatever, man. I ain't gonna say nothing crazy, but she's blessed. She's blessed. It's all real, y'all. It's all real. She don't need no work done. That it's all real. That is completely blessed. I get it. I understand. I totally get it. Those boobs are out of control, and Midwest Boxing salute. And her booty is matching, and that bro. And I'm not team light skin, but in another frame of mind, you'd have to take that down. I ain't even gonna hold you. But she's blessed. Salute to her. But Angela Summer, who's that? I ain't gonna be doing this shit all night. Yo, this the African chick? Good Lord. Bro, listen. That's my type. My, jigaboo pie. My, jigaboo pie. My, jigaboo pie. My, jigaboo pie. That's my speed, y'all. She in here doing hair. Man, she pretty. That's her. She pretty. That's my speed right there. That's my speed. She doing hair. See, she's fully clothed. She got curves. She braiding hair. Yeah, I fucks with that. But anyway. Yeah. Yup. That's my speed right there. I like the afro. Y'all gonna have me? Nah, I'm not doing it, man. I'm not. I did a show. That was one of my earliest shows. Internet crushes and shit. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It's getting late. I'm not gonna do it, man. But yeah, we got way off topic, man. We got way off topic for real. Yeah, man. But that right there. If y'all want to know what my type, that right there, that's my type. That right there. Team dark skin. That right there. I like them a little thicker. I ain't even gonna hold you, but that's my type. That's my type. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Listen, yeah, we way off topic, but listen, equal pay for equal work. I agree with it. But y'all see how it circles back to things that everything that I'm talking about here, that men, I guess, would this be deemed as manosphere conversation? I guess I don't want it. I don't insert myself into things that I'm not officially a part of. These are just things that I've always spoken about. Red pill, I guess, man, whatever, man. But look, man, it's not equal. Women are free to do whatever they want to do. It's just that they choose to do different things. And you see how it always circles back to Kevin, because these are things that he was talking about. And I just wish that women would just sit down and listen to his shows and just not be angry. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. I've listened to an entire podcast of Cynthia G. I have. And I'm like, no, you said to delete black babies, boys in particular. How do you have a whole podcast when you're talking like that? That's not right, man. That is not right. So no, just no. Just no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I can't get over that. And she never apologized. She stood on her square. And the fact that she had a panel full of women that that co-signed the death of us, I can't do it. Exactly, Shawa. She went off the rails. I don't know what, whatever, man. If who hurt you was a person, it's her. It wasn't Kevin. It wasn't. It's a year later now. These screaming hyenas, have they gotten married? Because he was the problem, right? Have they gotten married? No. Everything, Omega Red, salute. Everything that he spoke on is still not fixed. And in some instances, it's gotten worse. And I'm going to tell you something. What y'all left with, since some of these women want to take it to war, y'all left for Dennis Sperling now. Good luck. He ain't playing with y'all, man. He's not. He ain't trying to make friends with y'all. He ain't trying to have no mixed groups where he's putting together, because that was Kevin Samuels' friend, y'all. And he found his wife in that mixed group. And Dennis Sperling is a millionaire, y'all. Lawyer by trade. And he's like, yo, I'm not Kevin. He tells you every night. He probably on the night, probably on right now, saying, I ain't Kevin. He had faith in y'all. There was things I was ready to do that he told me, Dennis, don't do that. But he said, now he's gone. I ain't got to hold my tongue. The people that he told me not to respond to danced on his grave and lied on him, saying he was in bed with a prostitute, a fat one at that, trying to say that he died alone, and that wasn't the case. It was all BS. They tried to drag his name, and he fought and fought and fought. Do y'all know he sued a YouTuber successfully? Do y'all know that? Yeah, I'm telling you. So enter the smoke. Enter the smoke. Because now he gone. And now there's no muzzle. Y'all remember what happened in Iraq? They took down Saddam Hussein, and what was the problem there? We found out, whoa, Saddam was crazy, but he had all of that shit in check. They killed him, they killed his son and everybody else. And what happened? All these other crazier people came about, and now we had a problem. Y'all have a faucet on your sink, right? Y'all ever had a crack in your faucet? What happens? The water go everywhere. The faucet keeps things under control. And that's what happened in Iraq. That's what's happening here. Kevin told a lot of people, no, don't do that. Don't put up that video. Just chill. No, we're trying to build something here. I'm trying to fix the community. He gone. Everybody's like, yo, Kevin ain't here. We want to fight. And they're fighting. If you didn't like Kevin Samuels, because I'm telling you, there was no reason not to hate. There was no reason to hate that man. You had a preconceived notion about what he was doing. That's why I told women, listen to a whole show and try and understand what he's doing. Now you're left with the Blizzard King. Have fun. Don't go over there. If you hated Kevin, don't go over there. Do not go over there. Because he ain't fucking around. And the same facts, data, and statistics that Kevin has, Dennis uses it. The only thing is, he's not trying to fix nothing. If y'all want to go, stay gone. What y'all not going to do is attack black men for exercising their constitutional rights, their life rights. And it's a mess. And you're right, ES, it's very exhausting. It's very exhausting. But it's crazy because we never asked for this. We never asked for this. This passport bro thing, it was dangerous, man. It was like, yo, man, it's gotten that bad that these brothers are leaving. What's happening here, man? And then it just escalated from there. You got women thinking, oh man, they left, but then they disrespected us on the way out. And it's like, that's not what happened, sis. That's not what happened. They left and then these women started talking shit about them and they still ignored them. But what happened was the foreign women that got clapped on started clapping back. And then that's what happened. I was here for the whole thing. I watched it and I said, oh man, all I could tell the brothers was don't respond. Do not respond. Jason, I always knew there was a gender war. I just never entertained it. I was trying to treat it like, yo, look, I'm married. I ain't got this headache. But then I said, yo, I got nephews. I got nieces, sons, daughters, and they got to come up in this shit. I have to arm them so they know how to maneuver through it. And this is how I do my part. I calmly explain what happened. So now that y'all know, what are you going to do about it? This is how I maneuver through a chill time major salute. Yeah, and that's a problem right there. Foreign women appreciate us more. $1 trillion dream, salute, man. Salute to you, good brother. It's a clusterfuck, man. Yes. I got 3. So, I mean, it's hard, like, not to, you know, it always comes back to that, you know. It's a sad state of affairs, man, but we could fix it. But this was an interesting show. You know, the police department dumped a 1.5 mile run so more women could get hired, but police officers are still leaving in drones. They're leaving in drones, even when they've lowered the standards. But why are they lowering the standards for women when women can do everything that men could do? What's happening here? Can y'all do it or not? Y'all are entitled to the same pay if you're working the same job. I'm with that. But why the standards got to be different? Why does thing got to be moved around because of women? Are y'all? That's not equal. But then when we say, yo, look, we're different, everybody wants to come with the daggers, man. This is just a sad state of affairs, man. I mean, you know, it's the world we live in, man. I mean, look, a part of me is on some Kevin Samuels shit. I think there's still hope. I do. But depending on who I speak to, I'm like, God damn, there's no hope. I love my people. I mean, what else can I say? You know what I hate? Black people, you know what I hate? When another ethnicity argues you down and uses real statistics to justify their racism. Don't that make you mad? Remember all the cop shootings? What did they always say to us online? But Chicago and black on black crime. Don't that make you mad? And it's like, yo, it's a misused statistic. And one thing has nothing to do with the other. It's just like saying, it's like a white person saying, why can't I use the word nigga? Never mind that. Why the fuck do you want to use it anyway? What are you fighting for? That type of conversation. You see what I'm saying? Man. But it's difficult to and listen, I see her name in the chat. If y'all missed last Monday's show, go watch last Monday's show. House of Hypocrites is the name of the show. It was last Monday. That was a real person, and people are always asking me, like they've been asking me since the show aired. They were like, "Yo, how the fuck did you get through that?" Now, listen, you know why? You know why that was easy for me? I've dealt with women like that all through the 80s and 90s. Believe it or not, that was easy. A lot of the times you hear me letting her talk and watch her demeanor and listen to how she talks and watch my face. And all she did was prove my point. Now, when I refer to the statistics, first of all, if I'd have told you I had that conversation with someone behind the scenes, you'd have thought I was exaggerating, wouldn't you? But here's the sad part. There's a lot of brothers and sisters in here that be like, nope, you're not lying because I know a chick like that or I know a chick like that. Yo, listen, I've dealt with that demeanor a lot. And it was almost at the point where I was thinking like, yo, all my sisters like this? Now I said, can't be. My mama ain't like that. My grandmama ain't like that. And I'm talking about not in demeanor. I'm talking about talking points because I've seen my moms fly off the hinges. She can get hood. My mom's from Harlem. Well, grew up in Harlem. All the females in my family, I've seen them fly off the hinges. But when they're flying off the hinges talking nonsense, that's what I'm talking about. I never forget back in the day, I told the chick, how'd you get home? We was on the block. But yeah, we left the party. We were looking for you. We couldn't find you. And this was not the cell phone era. We had beepers. We're going to payphones and beeping her. We was like, we know she here. She not answering her. So we left and we was all nervous and shit. We was like, yo, we on the block the next day. Here she come. Like, yo, how'd you get home? Oh, I met some nigga, you know, we was kicking it and he drove me home. Wait a minute, what?
What?
Wait a minute. You didn't find anybody. You didn't tell anybody. We were looking for you. Some shit jumped off. We couldn't find you. We drove around the block for about an hour looking for you. Came home nervous like, yo, if she got stomped out in the melee and in the hospital somewhere or worse, everyone knows she was with us. We couldn't find her. And then you met some nigga off the fly and allow him to drive you home. We all the way in Queens. He drove you all the way home, the long way, not even over the thought that he went through Manhattan to kick, and you didn't even answer your beeper. Oh, I saw y'all, but you know, I'm all right. I can handle myself. You in a car with a stranger? I said to her, he could have did anything to you. Oh yeah, but he'd have been in the fight. I'd have scratched him up, yeah, but you'd be dead. And she did not understand what we were saying. We was like, no. Y'all, you came with us. You're supposed to leave with us. We were, in a sense, responsible for you. Johnny Q, what up? This wasn't a girl we were sleeping with or whatever. She was just hanging with the fellas, and we was going to this party in Queens. We went out there, something jumped off, we left. We was looking like, yo, where's she at? Yo, go to the phone and page her, man. We looking like, yo, we nervous. Like, where the fuck is she? Drove around the block, could not find her. We driving home like, yo, man, I don't know. We thinking the stories to tell her moms, and she was like, yo, what the fuck? Got back to the block 3 in the morning, parked the car, went upstairs, came out. Yo, you saw, here she come. Yo, where were you? Oh, nah, I met some nigga. We was kicking it, whatever, you know. And yeah, he drove me home. When was you gonna tell anybody? And who is this nigga? Oh my God, why are you worried about who he is? No. You got in his car. Did you know him or you just met him? You came down with a car full of dudes. We in protection mode. You ditch us and this nigga drove you home? Who is he? That's not dangerous? Stranger danger? Y'all remember stranger danger? And I couldn't believe she was sitting in front of the building arguing with 5 black men like, yo, we're stupid. Oh man, y'all niggas are stupid. We were stupid. We were jealous. Mind you, nobody slept with this girl. But we're jealous of what? We were stupid, jealous. We secretly liked her. Or I rode home in the car with him. But what's to say y'all couldn't have did something to me in the car? Wait a minute. You damn near grew up with us. You imposed your will. What y'all doing tonight? Yo, we going to this party in Queens. Yo, I'm coming with y'all. Yo, what the fuck? There ain't no room in the car. I'll sit on someone's lap. Oh, you really want to go to this? Okay, you don't. Okay, fine. Get in the car. She damn near bullied us into taking her, and then disappeared and has another nigga bring her home. And we was talking about, yo, that was dangerous. We was trying to get you home safe, and we're gay and everything else, and we're jealous. And no, she didn't say we was gay. She said we was overreacting and jealous because she found someone she could mess with and we couldn't find anybody. And all we want to do is bring her home safe. She left with us. We want to bring her home. Oh, well, he didn't do anything. What's to say y'all wouldn't have did anything? Huh? What the? Wow. Safe to say that's the last time she rode in my car. I was like, I said, you know what? Conversation over. Y'all still, they fussed in front of the building, summertime. One of those loud ass arguments in front of the building. For an hour. Man. I was sipping my Gatorade. I was like, yo, y'all talk that shit is just stupid. I'll tell you what, she ain't getting in my car ever again. She just insulted me. Dude she grew up with is on the same level as some dude that you randomly met. Something could have happened to you with a stranger. And you're saying that we could have did something to you. I was like, oh, no. You will never be in my whip again, ever. Fuck you. For real. That night, that changed the dynamics of how we associated with her. Because it ended with, man, fuck y'all, I'm out. I gonna call my boo. And she went back upstairs. 1 a.m. Niggas standing there, you believe this bitch? I said, yeah, I do. Yeah, I believe her. I said, she ain't getting in my car. I said, I don't know why y'all kept, whatever. You ain't getting in my car, what the fuck? Exactly, Queen. I stopped after a while. I was just like, yo, she's like dead ass insulting us. Y'all go back and forth with her. I sat on that bench like, yo, whatever, man. I'm sipping on some Gatorade. I'm like, I'm good. You go ahead. And that's what she did. She went ahead. You do it. After that, I was just like, yo, what up? See in the elevator, yo, man, I went to this game. And then I'm like, yeah, hi, yeah, word, ha, yeah, all right. Yo, what you doing late? No, I'm, I'll go home and shake some dice to some old school ebony eyes. If you know, you know. I ain't doing shit. I ain't hanging with you. Fuck out of here. Stupid. Crazy disrespectful. But I said that to say this. I've dealt with Negro nonsense before. That's why it made it easy for me to deal with her. And she's supposed to be coming back Tuesday because apparently I don't know anything about health and wellness. We're going to see. So since I don't know anything about health and wellness, let me ask y'all a question. Did I ever tell y'all I was a personal trainer? I never said that, right? I never said that. I know I never said that. I never told her that. The funniest part was when she said, when she mentioned Dennis Sperling, and she said, "Oh, what the fuck? He fat and he always talking about fat girls." And I said, "Well, he's married. This is his second marriage, and you know he's a millionaire. He's talking about women's health. Oh, he's fat. He shouldn't be talking about women's health." She said, "Do you work out?" Now I don't know how I look sitting here to y'all, but when she said that, what did I say? She said, "Do you work out? Do you work out?" I wasn't trying to go there. But see, that's a defense mechanism. When you go to a person and say, "Yo, look, man, you did this and that, you know, could you not do that?" The proper thing to do is absorb what the person said to you and say, "You know what, I did something that you didn't like that. My bad. If it was wrong, my bad." Or explain it. "Yo, look, I thought it was da-da-da-da." Okay. You know what the defense mechanism is? "Yeah, you know, look, you did that, da-da-da-da. That's not good. I ain't like that." "Well, you do this and that." And this becomes combative. Instead of checking the problem, you start pointing the finger. Oh, yes, I was very patient with her. And she fucked up when she said, "Well, do you work out? Do you work?" She said it like 2.5 times. And I said, "Well, do I work out? I don't know. You tell me." And I pulled up the video. You tell me. What I didn't tell her was I was a personal trainer. I never said that. Somehow she still heard that. You claim to be a personal trainer, but I can't believe you don't know what an endomorph or an exomorph or a mighty morphin Power Ranger. Yeah, I said, okay. I know what all of that shit is, y'all. And what I did tell her was, "You're not that." But here's what I'm gonna do for her. Here's what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm not a personal trainer. People ask me for advice all the time. I can only tell them what works for me. But Hardbody J. Timo is a personal trainer. He's a professional bodybuilder. So I'm gonna have him on the panel, and I'm gonna have Blu-ray on the panel. Y'all know who Blu-ray is. For those of you that don't know in the chat or watching, Blu-ray Fitness is a former strength and conditioning coach to unified world champion Errol Spence Jr. So I'm gonna have those two brothers on the panel. So since I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna have her on a panel with two professionals and have her explain to them what endomorph and exomorph is and how you don't have to worry about that. I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not a personal trainer. See how I relieve myself of all of that responsibility? I relieve myself. In fact, I paid money for a regimen from Blu-ray. You can ask him. So never mind that. She can explain the weight situation to the two professionals, and I'll just hang in the back. Oh, Shawa, they saw it. They saw it, and they want the smoke. Exactly, Shauna. She asked for it. I didn't. She went there. I wasn't trying to go there. she was asking me, get to the point, what can we do to fix the community? And when I got down to it, that's when she left alive. I said, what y'all women need to do is this, and that. And one of the main things that women need to do is ignore those Pookies and Ray Rays. Death to them, because they don't represent a majority of black men. That's all I said. And then DM'd me that I can't believe you don't know what endomorph and exomorph is, and you say you're a personal trainer. And I'm reading this like, when the fuck did I say okay? Okay. I said, listen, save the smoke for next Monday. You can have your say. And then she had a situation. I said, well, come on next Tuesday. I have a phone number and everything. So we're going to have the conversation. And everything she said in the DMs, we're going to address it. Because now she has to stand on it. And it's going to be fun. But my demeanor with her, it was very simple because I've dealt with that a 1,000 times. That was easy work. That was easy work. It was very easy. Because it was normalized for me. I used to deal with that in the 80s and 90s. Every chick had that demeanor and attitude, but you know what the bottom line was? All of them were messed up. And I said, wait a minute, that's not normal. I don't have to deal with that. And the moment I stopped dealing with that, found my wife. See? 23 years ago. See? You see? Watch the norm do the opposite, because what's normal today is abnormal. That's why I salute the ladies. Shawa's a married woman. Salute to her. Queen's been married. We don't agree on everything, but she knows what she knows. Shauna, we don't agree all the time, but she stands on her square. But none of them, love is the word, same thing. Stands on her square. Tay-Tay, same thing. But none of them, they all watched that woman and was like,
What the fuck?
oh. And for those women that didn't believe that women like that existed, I'm telling you, that is the problem. And you see where she's getting her information from, Cynthia G and all this other crazy stuff. And the whole thing is she got a chip on her shoulder because of her size. She's in therapy, right? She comes from a history of domestic violence. She said all of that, right? That's why there was no need for me to go back and forth with her. I'm not a therapist. We was discussing the issue, and every time I gave her a detailed answer, she moved the goalpost. Go watch it. It's 3 hours of gold. And I never kicked her off the panel. She left. Brothers, if you get a good woman, hold on to her, man. Just hold on to her, man. And by the way, I don't think I've ever said this before. There was a couple of things that Kevin Samuel said that I disagreed with. But I don't, we don't need to get into that because it doesn't apply to me. There was a show that he said, it was about high value men cheating. He said they don't cheat, they just exercise options. I understood the ideology behind it. I did. I understood the ideology behind it. I understood it. Did I agree with it? As in, should they cheat? No. No. No, I just don't. When you're on that level, relationships can be different than what an average man can't get away with what a high value man can. I'll just say that. A woman to say, well, you know what? He's going out of town. He's going to be in Chicago again. I know there's a woman out there. I know it. But I didn't blast him before he left. And I'm looking at this house and those 3 cars in the garage and this beautiful family. And I'm about a decade and some change younger than him. And God forbid if he passed all of this, I know how to work everything. I know where the money is, and I know how to, I'm on, it's mine. Because y'all women outlive us anyway. This is mine when he goes. So the goal is to maintain this lifestyle and raise these babies. What he does in that bedroom, nothing to do with me. As long as he don't make any children out of wedlock and don't bring nothing back to me, I'm good. And that's what Kevin was saying. Can you deal with that possibility? And I'm saying that, my opinion, men, if you're in that position, you don't need to do that. My opinion, you don't need to do that. Fair enough? Fair enough? Matter of fact, even Dennis said that. He said he didn't agree with that. You don't have to do that. And Kevin never said to do it. What he was saying was, ladies, that's a possibility. Can you handle dealing with a high value man that does that? Can you handle it? That's all he said. And that turned into a big thing. What I'm saying is, nothing is beyond conversation. When me and Dr. Mark came on here and we was like, we did that shit on purpose. So now that the dust is settled, I finally got a guest on here for y'all to see what a lot of these, and I'm not saying all women are like Femi, but I'm saying a lot of them are out there like that. Kendra G, I mean, Cynthia G has a following. And then speaking of Kendra G, look at her show. Look at the women. Y'all remember the women on Kendra G's show that came on there saying, I'm looking for a man. And when she said, when was the last time? You don't have to answer. When was the last time you had sex? She said, a couple of hours ago. And there was some dude walking around in the back. And she was like, hold on. Was it the dude that you just, that we just saw in the back? She said, yeah, but that's just a guy. So you on here looking for a man and you just blasted a dude that we just saw? What are you doing? And that behavior was normalized. You see what I'm saying? So we got a lot of work to do. But who am I not to discuss it? You gotta discuss it. You gotta discuss it. And she kept interrupting, oh, solutions, solutions, solutions. And then when I finally got the solution and I was telling her what females need to do, had she had stayed on, I'd have got to the Pookies. But she bailed. But she'll be back Tuesday. That's what she says. So whatever. So salute to y'all, man. Much love and appreciation. You know, this is a fun ass show, man. I love it, man. And salute to y'all, man. Salute to that dude named Dave. Salute to all the content creators, and salute to Theo Coop. You know, between I swear to God, he sent me, I'll tell y'all right now, I dead ass caught like in a day, like about 35 subs. This is incredible, man. We had 912, man. We almost had a stack, y'all. David, what up, bro? I know, Dave, man. I want to do a show about that, man. I want to do a show about that. Americanizing these foreign women is never good, man. I have Jamaican friends. Their wives was one way, but around my way, there's a West Indian neighborhood. Shauna know what I'm talking about. And when these women got here, they get Americanized, like, oh, I could do this and get away with it. All I got to do is make a phone call and, you know, I could play with the police, and if I don't feel like Paul Carrick, salute. You know, I could call the police if my man come home and dinner ain't ready and he starts screaming at me. I could play games with the cops. I'll call them on you. I could do that. And they come on here and start acting crazy. I'm telling you, I've heard that. And it's not only Black Americans, it's Latinos. And I was talking to my Irish buddies, how their wives got here and got Americanized, and they saw a few episodes of Sex in the City, and it's on and popping. And they just, in the city, walking around with those Irish accents and red hairs, and they're trying to look for Mr. Big. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. That's why a lot of men that do, like, I heard a lot of passport bros that did find a wife. They only visit here, but they don't stay here. They go to the other country. Dual citizenship, man. We're going to get into it, man. I'm going to find a couple of passport bros that there's a brother that Obsidian was talking to one day. Forgot his name. I got to go to the old show and reach out to the brother because I think that'll be an educational discussion, man. But yeah, man. Wookin' Panub in all the wrong places. Wookin' Panub. So yeah, man, salute to y'all, man. Let me check something. I gotta get better in checking the Cash Apps and the Venmos and the Zells and stuff. Okay. I gotta get better with that. Wow. Man, people racist as hell, Mr. Shelton, right? Real. Salute to Rachel, man. She beat the shit out of a dog. Oh, man. Man, salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App. We almost had a stack over here, man. I can't believe it, man. We putting in work, right? I remember when I first started this channel, and I told y'all on my other channel, I'm starting it. I had 50, then I had like 104. Then I remember we got the 400. I said, all right. Then we saw creeping, and it was like 6, 7. Now we had 912, y'all. We almost there. That's crazy. But like I said, I'm enjoying this channel a lot more. And I want more female interaction, man. I want more female interaction, because I'm open to maybe, listen, I don't know everything. Maybe I'm open. I'm open to suggestions. Maybe y'all will have an idea that's very simple that we never heard before. But this is how I give back. She wanted me to go out, and I literally said, yeah, I want to kick Pookie's ass. She said, you should. I said, hold on. Let me retract that. You can't talk to these kids out here. They're so emotional. Anyway, man, salute to y'all, man. This is, I really have fun here. It's very relaxing, man. Is it a black Filipino? I don't know, Abdullah. Oh, you a moderator for Obsidian? Fudge. It was about 4 days ago. It was the live. He was talking about, he was responding to Shorty that did that whole live about him. And she said she had a sip and paint coming up, and that's how she's giving back to her people. And we all know what happened to the, look, let me just say this before I get out of here. Sip and paint, I've been to sip and paint with my wife. Right there in the city of White Plains. It was nice, big old windows. It was a mixed crowd, blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanics. We painted some pictures and, drank some wine, ate some cheese. It was nice. But what happened is when, black people, we do some weird stuff. We get a hold of something and we smut it out. Come to find out, sip and paint for some of these women, it's now camouflage for them having a stripper come over and they do stuff too. How do we know? Video came out. And I said, look at them. They just hijacked something that was fun. There was even a fun sip and paint for families. Non-alcoholic beverages. Like juice in a juice box for the baby. Sip and paint. It was cute. And now some chicks got a hold of it and they just made it a dirty thing. So now if your wife say, yo, I'm going to sip and paint, who you going with? You going with those three, and 3 of her friends are those loose friends? It's like, they invited you? Yeah, I trust you, but them? Hold on. Let me go with you to that spot and let's see what's going on. You go in there, it's just a door, no windows. Like, no. Who's upstairs? Y'all painting a naked dude. That's how it started out. They start painting a naked dude. Next thing you know, he starts stripping and he's putting his beef down their throat. I swear, that's what happened. Go subscribe to Obsidian's Patreon. He got the video on his Patreon. But I think that's what it was. What? She canceled it? You see? Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. So the word got out, and that's what she was probably trying to do, and she canceled it.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
See? See? Exactly, Queen. I know. What I'm saying is it takes a few people to put a bad cloud over something that was harmless. I know Simping Paint was not that. I know that. But what happened was you had a few women that camouflaged a Sipping Paint to have a male stripper come and do what he did. And now it's all over the internet. Oh, he did? I'm going to go back and listen to it. Thank you, Brandon. Exactly, Shauna. Now it's that. Now, something that was, I ain't had no problem with it. Now, the latest thing is women are now camouflaging that. So this shorty said she was going to do a Sipping Paint. And Obsidian was like, really? This is what Sipping Paint is? Like the trips to Jamaica. We all look at that different now. Like, oh, they going to Jamaica, and now all these videos are coming out. They're getting banged out on bamboo rafts. They're like, whoa, what happened? Now look. Yeah, Trapping Paint, exactly, man. But I'm going to get out of here, man. Brilliant show, family, man. Much love and appreciation to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App. Man, we climbing, man. I'll be back on my other channel talking boxing tomorrow morning. And I'll be back here Friday night, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Next week, it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Femi will be back, y'all. Salute to y'all, man. I'll catch you on the rebound.